Oh, okay. All right. We are back live. Folks, I am so sorry about that. The power, I just lost power, but booted everything back up and we should be good to go. We have a few more questions and then we got Sean's demo. So apologies again for that. And Sean, sorry. But
No problem.
okay. All right, we were talking. Okay, we were kind of just finishing up on just the you were referencing baseball, the bind. We were just finishing up how, like you definitely, the bind, even though maybe it's not an area you need to put, hours and hours per week per se, but something you definitely need to address. God forbid. Am I correct in that? Is that kind of where we were?
Yeah, that's the last thing. Yeah.
Okay. So what do we, the other thing I wanted to, okay, so let's go. We talked a little about the organization and the structure, but what I want to talk about now is with again, we have the appreciation for what he developed and how organized and structured. But from you teaching your students it, do you find, like, has it been extremely helpful the way it's structured all them for them to get the information and digest it and be able to perform it, as opposed to, well, not that you have anything maybe else to compare and contrast to, so maybe you'll just go with that. But how did you find your students' ability to take the information and all that based on the presentation from Burton?
I think that the way that he taught class when I was in Hawaii, the way that it was set up is how I have been teaching my class for, I don't know, 7 years. I teach it in that format. There's some things added in there as well, but yeah, it's very similar to the way that he set it up, and it's very similar to how the DVD is set up. You know, uh, and I think it's so effective. I'll tell you, after your students spar for a certain amount of times, especially when you have them focus like we do, like hand only, hand and head, hand and leg, and then all targets. But then sometimes I'll take one away and we'll be, okay, this is thrust only, but to all targets, or this is head only, right? You can't hit to the hand. Now we're just going to the head. And these are all things that he would do in his classes, and it works so well, and skills develop so quickly because they have a frame of reference where you can tell someone how to swim, especially if they're already in the pool. It's easier to show them when you circle your legs to tread water. So when they're in the pool, it's easy to show them. So when you're sparring, I can spar with them, and then the next class, and Burton did this as well. In the next class, he may have seen something, or I may have seen something in one of my students, and I'll say, okay, we're going to do this technique. And then after class, like, hey, by the way, I saw you do this in sparring, or I saw this happen in sparring, and I thought I'd show you this because this is a response to what, so yeah, I think the way that it's set up is it's easy to understand, and people get good so fast, like way
Yeah.
faster than I thought was possible.
No, I found the same thing. I first started teaching his stick, and the majority, if not all, I think there might have been one maybe who had some experience from me way back from, but the majority had none. And it was pretty amazing, like you mentioned, like just how quickly through the organization and structure, like how they adapted to it and they were able to like really functionalize in a short amount of time, just the material and all that. And again, because it's not so over drill populated per se. Like if you look at, like you mentioned, like the first level hand engagement stick, you know what I mean? Okay, well you get your X, or whatever, and you're just aiming for the hand. You pull your hand back so it doesn't get hit. I mean, and they just, you know what I mean? But there's not like 10 drills associated with the hand engagement. It's just so bread and butter, which actually happens. And yeah, so I'm with you. Like, I saw the same thing in my students. They got good quick. It's just,
Yeah. The way that I explain that sometimes in my classes is often when we are like when we're not focusing on, like, say for example, the hitting to the hand. I'm gonna talk about boxing real fast. So when we're doing boxing, we watch people like Vasily Lomachenko. Lomachenko is he's phenomenal. He doesn't have
Ridiculous.
the dimension as other people. And if you get enamored with him, you're going to start trying to figure out how to do that matrix shuffle. I am guilty of this. I am obsessed with that movement. I teach that pivot step all the time, and I practice it all the time. I love the way he moves, but without the lens, or without the like, say for instance, hitting to the hand, I can't forget to throw my jab in boxing in pursuit of this matrix step, because what? That's how he sets it up. Most of the time, it's either a hook or a jab that he does that step off of. Throws a jab and then steps, or it throws a jab cross and he steps. Same thing with the hand strike. If you are not going for the hand, you probably aren't going to find yourself in those more complex combinations that end up bigger yield, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it absolutely does, because I mean the whole thing, like if you get really good at hand hunting, like you get pretty proficient at it, other windows open up. You know what I mean? They really do. So if you get, I try to explain to my students, hey, look, you want to get proficient at this, because if you can track this, and the head being 4 times bigger than the hand, things are gonna open up for you down the line. So yeah, I totally agree with that. It's a great place where he starts, and then for viewers, why don't you just take this through, for the viewers? It goes hand, and what are some of the next levels?
So the focus. So most of the levels will have like different modules, like different, not modules, but different sparring rounds that you'll have to do. But the focus, and you can tell because I have the physical DVDs of those way back in the day. You can see it on the actual DVD. There's a picture of it. The focus of the first one, and this is just for stick, but it's similar for all. The focus on the first one is hand, so it's hand only is the crux of that. And then 2 would be hand and head. So now we're mixing up. We're going from that medium level to the high level. And then it's hand and leg. So they actually take the head out, although you still hit to the head while they're going to low shots to keep it. And I think that's important, because if you have me do hand and leg, I'm going to go for the leg shot. If you have me do hand, head, and leg, I'm very rarely going to go for a leg shot.
No.
Because
Great.
it's very dangerous. So it's smart the way that that's set up. And then the last one will be all targets. And then of course it actually continues on. There's clench range on your back. You're standing over them. They're on their back. You're in actual, like, a grapple on the ground, like in
Yeah. No, matter of fact, have you played around with his level 5 and 6 yet?
Yeah, I do not have those DVDs yet, but I have done. So he was teaching me in class, so I know a lot of the techniques. So yeah, I often do clench stuff. I think I sent you a video of of me doing some rattan sparring.
Yep, correct.
Yeah, and when you watch that, you'll see I go into the clench a lot when it's rattan, because I really don't want to get hit.
No, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is, I found, just from a personal level, I found his levels 5 and 6. I thought that was just incredible material. You know what I mean? Just coming in off the diamond, the overhooks, your clinch. I mean, I just thought, like, I had seen some of their stuff before, and I mean, it was fantastic the way he organized the levels 1 through 4. That clinch stuff just really, I don't know, it just, I just thought it was just incredible stuff, and just the way, and like, obviously through his experience with Dog Brothers and what have you, but not just the over, but like, just, where you put the stick to the back, you got the side, I mean, the cowboy takedown. I mean, I just thought it was just some brilliant, incredible stuff in there. So I was wondering if you had a chance. Yeah. And then his ground too. I mean, it goes beyond, like not just the fang choke, but some really like, some incredible stuff there too, and all that. If you're on your back, God forbid, if somebody's like, trying to, hit your legs and all that. So I don't know. I thought those upper levels were just not only just functional, but like just really like everything else, very well organized and structured and presented. And all that. And how'd you like before we get in your stuff? How'd you like the knife? Would you you did the knife as well? What'd you think?
Yeah, I love the color knife. Knife is much harder to when you're sparring. I don't know if you've found knife is tough.
And
You're
the consequences.
oh yeah, and you're essentially in kickboxing range too. So
Yeah.
way more things can happen. One of the things that I'm notorious for is I punch them with my other hand. I really like to do that. I think the first person to do that to me was Scott Ishihara, and yeah, it was so shocking that now I do it all the time. So
Yeah. You're knife dueling and ooh.
yeah, I'm like, oh, I got out of the way, and then there's bam right in your face.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I mean the consequences, like you said, because the knife you have to be so much closer. Yeah, I mean, and it's just moving so fast. You're tracking, your reception and reaction, everything's just so much more acute. It's just, you know what I mean?
I
It's
find it
just, yeah,
hard to hit the hand with the knife as well, and I don't know what that
yeah.
is because the hand is still the hand, but for some reason, the ability to move around, or maybe my ability to track it when it has a smaller weapon, is more difficult.
Mhm.
So I can kind of track where the stick ends and hit their hand,
I
but I
think
think I can do it with a knife.
I think you're correct. I think it has to do with the barrel. The barrel of the stick, you can kind of, with
Yeah.
4 inch, depending on the length of the knife, or like if you're using Knox, for instance, they're like 4 inches.
Hmm.
Tracking stuff. I mean, if you're using a bigger, I mean, yeah, but yeah, I think it has a lot. Yeah, like you see the whole barrel. You know what I mean? I think it's Scott says, "Huh? I have no idea what he's talking about."
Yeah. Right. Never done that before.
You're completely making it up, Sean. so, so how do you? All right. Besides for teaching all that, like what are your future endeavors as far as his programs? Like, are there new ones you want to do, or do you want to kind of continue the ones that you're currently ranked in? What are your goals?
Yeah. So the Sinawali program. Um, so I have been messing around with those a lot.
Mm,
I think the step is probably got to just bite the bullet and take my instructor test in sword. I think that's the next move.
well, I definitely want, yeah, because I hate like having unfinished stuff. It just drives me nuts. Like it's just kind of pounding, like reminding, you know what I mean? So I definitely that I picked up the Cine Wally and I enjoy it. I don't know if I'm going to test and all that. I haven't decided that, but I mean, but I enjoy doing it. I find it obviously helping my coordination and improve upon that and all that. But yeah, I definitely enjoy that. You know, um, what about stick or knife? Do you think are you going to go pursue higher levels in that as well, or down the road maybe?
Yeah, I'll when I'm dead. I will.
Yeah, the reason I'm asking is that I know we're focusing on FMA here and all that just by virtue of the show here, but um, just for folks knowing that obviously you're doing everything because you run an official school under them. So I mean, you're doing the BJJ, you're doing MMA for the street. I mean, you're covering everything. So it's obviously you it's kind of a chore, and you're teaching. So it's not like you can just put everything down, just start pursuing levels and all that. I understand. You
Yeah,
know.
I am a little crazy on that end. Yeah, because I do teach a school or teach at a school. I
Mm,
run a school. I run a branch school actually. I do MMA. I also coach MMA fighters. Not so much right now, of course. But I
yeah,
coach
yeah. Or
fighters.
your brother, correct? Right. Yeah.
And I have a female MMA fighter. She's a professional that I coach as well. And I also coach jujitsu, like sport jujitsu as well, even though we focus mostly on the street.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
coach
yeah, yeah. Yep.
jujitsu as well. So yeah, I'm multi-disciplined. So
It's hard.
I'm pulling
No,
in that directions.
it's hard.
But
I mean, you're running a school. You know, I mean, it's running a school's not easy. I mean, you're running a school, and you're trying to do your own pursuits. That's why I sold my school way back. I just wasn't getting anything done as far as my own development. It just, I mean, it was, it's just, yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough, 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 tough. Um, I want to definitely get this. Actually, I mean, fantastic stuff too. I want to get to your demos, but those who don't know, who are watching this, there's a thing called the shock knife, and the shock knife is. I hear it's not cheap, but it really keeps everything in check because you will do things that perhaps maybe you would do in the luxury of because of a training knife or and stuff like that. But this thing will clean all that up for you real quick. And I'm going to show a video here, and it's in Hawaii, and Sean's in it, and they're playing around the shock knife, which Burton did get. Burton also posted a video on it too, and it's so funny. Did you see that video he did?
Is it the one with Brandon and Manny? Is it that
I
one?
think so, but they're kind of like, like he put the knife in there, and they're kind of close, and then the shock knife. They're just like, it was like day and night as far as their distancing and all that. It was funny. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna. All right, this should. Okay, let's just. Okay, here we go. All right, this should work. Can you see that?
I cannot.
You can't. Can. All right. Hopefully. Hey, Brian.
Can they see
all
it?
right. Huh.
Above the chest here. Okay? Everything to the hand, here, and below. No headshots. No headshots. It's a lot more fun.
Groins are very culture. Very culture.
All right, we're gonna just speed it up a bit, just so you guys, folks are watching. This is the shock knife. So this is, as you can see, they're being very disciplined, and you can hear it too, which is that alone, man, is frightening. Just hearing that. Bzz, bzz.
For sure.
So this is a quick video, but just to show you that these guys do the shock video. Before we get into Sean's demos, I just wanted to share. And we got a little more.
I can't see the video, but I can tell you with certainty. Notice how I barely get close to the knife, because I will tell you.
No, I'm right now. Somebody he just went for the leg. Oof. But whoever it was dodged it nicely.
Yeah, I was hoping I would be able to tell you who each person is, because I believe I spar Clayton, Shelton for sure. Shelton was
okay.
Me in Arabic. It was very intense.
Again, I'm just hearing that thing, and
oh yeah.
What are the volts again? Do you recall?
I forget. I bet Scott knows.
Yeah, I'm just curious. For whatever reason, the 4 sticks out, but don't quote me on that. I'm just speeding up a bit to see what partners you got going on here. Wow, just yeah, you guys are like sticking the range.
Oh yeah. In that video, actually, Al and Brandon, they spar a little bit with it as well, a little bit later on, and they that thing across each other's legs like at the same time. It was really intense, and you could hear it like. It was. I'm just
hearing it just in the vid. I mean, just from watching it, hearing that zzz, 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 zzz. And yeah, Scott can't remember either. I don't know why 4 sticks out.
So now I can
sticks
see
out to me, but I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, though, but yeah, you're just hearing that. Zzz. Yeah, I wouldn't want. I don't want anything to do with that. Yeah. But I just want people to see that that you can go, like, you got aluminum, basically you have the soft knives. Knocks are kind of them on the side, which I really love the knock stuff. And then you got the aluminum, which you have the gear all up and all that. And then you have the shock knife.
Yeah, it is 7,500 volts.
Seven. So I was way off, even with the digit. Wow, 7,500.
Yeah.
So yeah, wow.
Feel the heat. It like emanates heat like it's on fire. It's pretty intense.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're not gonna be grabbing that. So when you're doing your disarms that thing, you better make sure that your 2-on-1 is not even remotely by that blade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Before we go, hey, did you before we go into your demos, have you checked out his knife for this street defense?
Oh yeah, yeah. As well.
Yeah, I just love before. I tell you, it's another good one, huh? Man.
That knife defense is if you're sparring and you're actually trying to get a knife out of someone's hand without getting stabbed, that is literally the best. I've done martial arts since I was a little kid. I know a lot of different methods to try to get the knife out of it. That is the only one that I have reliably been able to do under real pressure.
Here's the bottom line, because I've done a lot of FMA systems, Seok, Atienza, Anasano Blend, Dose Pares. If you're not doing 2-on-1, good luck.
It's tough. At least I'm not good enough to do it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I mean, if you think you can around another defense where you're not negating movement of that knife arm, I don't. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I just, it's one of the things I kind of get in disputes about people on the sidelines about. And it's just, I mean, like, yeah, that's a whole nother subject. And all right, you've got some demos for us.
I do. So I'm gonna transition to another room.
Sure, no worries. Where can you, Brian? I'm not sure where they sell them, Brian.
There's a website.
Where's that?
There's a website.
Okay, there is a website, Brian. I know they're not cheap. I know that. How much they are, I'm not sure, but I know they're not cheap. You mean the fancy one-hand snatch and grabs doesn't work? Yeah. Those.
You'll have to forgive my background. It fell down a little bit while I was going.
Oh yeah, no worries. Oh yeah, take your time. No worries. So for those who unfortunately, guys, just like those who recently just came on here, I had a power. So there's going to be a part 1. This is actually officially the part 2, regrettably. But Sean is going to do. We're wrapping this up because again we had part 1. Sean's going to do a couple demos for us, and all that, and then we'll get his social media content and his page and what have you.
So we get a little bit of behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, no, we can see. Yeah, perfect. No, it's good.
Okay. So first thing I'm going to show you is with the sword. This is a fake sword. See, fake.
Ganunting, huh?
Yes, Ganunting. Yeah, this is someone got this for me, brought this for me specifically at a seminar. It was pretty cool.
Huh.
This is my son, Gabe. I don't know if you're in frame.
How you doing? Thank you. Okay, yep, good.
Gabe has been training with me for like his whole life, so so he often helps me with these videos. So the first thing I'm going to show is pretty simple. I do this a lot. So this, I was talking a lot about hitting to the hand. This is one of the preferred methods to hit to the hand. So the first thing, sometimes I'll attack by draw here, so I'll allow him to feel like he can get me in the head here, and I will try to avoid. So this is for a person that I notice when they swing at my head, they end up in a closed position and they like to sit there because some people, they get in that closed position, they like to flip the stick out, right? So when I see that happen, then I will come in and I will immediately take the hand and then exit out at an angle. Okay, So that's like he comes in here, boom, and I will go straight down. This is usually like a circle, like sometimes a redondo, but a circle or a hack. I hit the hand here, and then the male triangle to escape, boom, out to the side. Okay?
Recover out. Okay. Neat.
But,
So you're so basically after you're looking for the opportunity after their strike, looking for that forearm.
yeah, because if you watch here, as I come here and I go to close, look at the target area. Here, my target area is actually very narrow. It's very hard to get an angle. But when they step to the outside, this outside, while it's not yielding as much result as I would like, especially when I'm talking about a sword, with a stick, this is just as good. I can still get to the bone.
Yeah, it's
bigger, and now I can hit it.
I mean, no, it's so true because I got, hey Mike, I got a guy. We both trained her, and I like what you're doing under David Gould, and it essentially comes down to before, during, or after. And you're checking, and you're looking at the after, leaving that 12 inches. Mike, you can expand on this further, but it's conceptually what you're doing, what you're talking about. Yeah.
Exactly.
Good stuff.
So the second thing, so I kind of have three, but this is kind of still the same one. If the person doesn't give me that feed, I actually want to create the feed. And the way that I do that is a well-placed thrust. So when he swings and I move, I'm going to thrust. Look what he did with his stick here. He's bringing it up to disrupt it. He wants to get that offline, right?
Mm.
So as I go here, boom, he goes here, and then when I do that step, now I make it more horizontal, boom, and I still get that same
He just
target.
dropped.
Okay, so
Right on.
I evade, stab, boom, and I come out.
Right.
I move with the target to take that still.
That's nice. He's giving you the barrel as a reference. You're tracing down, taking the thumb or the index, depending on what side you're on. You know, I can dig it. I think it's fantastic.
So that one's for a pretty advanced opponent, because a non-advanced opponent, I'm probably just going to end up stabbing him in the face. But, that works too.
Yeah, yeah. I think the stab to the face, I think works. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you go, when I really do this, often what I do is I hit the stab and then drop it down so I get 2 strikes.
Oh, you see, so you can come back on the hand going out. Yeah, yeah. Can you, do you mind showing us that?
Oh, yeah, to hit both?
Yeah, if you don't mind, sure.
Yeah, so when he swings in, boom, I come in, now I just go and I stab. From here, he's going to want to go here. Now, if I've gone this far in, so I actually get this stab, I can't just step to the side, because what's going to happen, the initial reaction off of somebody getting stabbed in the throat is they back up, right? So I won't be able to get him. Let's step a little bit closer so we're staying in frame. So swings, I go back, boom, I actually get him. I'm actually going to step out the female triangle here, and then I'm going to change my lead by sliding back and taking that shot.
Okay.
The only issue with this is from right here, if a trade does happen, I'm in range. So this can sometimes be disadvantageous, so I want to make sure that I bring my stick up to block if I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll come in, boom, hit there, and then try to block out of it.
Sweet. No, I thought that was well done. Yeah, I like how you were talking about, when the aftermath, you're looking for that. You know what I mean? No, I thought that was well articulated. Good stuff. Thank you.
Cool. I
Right
can
on. Sure. No, hey, if you got a few, no rush. So yeah.
One more.
Sure.
Sorry, I like teaching. So one of the things that I really, really like is in Battlefield Collie, when you go down to a leg, you don't just bend over here, because look, so instead I squat, and look, you can't actually hit me. Do you see that? But if you leave the leg there, I can hit him, and you can't hit me reliably without reaching out really far. And I actually can hit him here, and still I'm pretty safe. Okay? So I like this a lot, because when I squat, not only when I'm down here in this squat can I come back up, I can go backwards, forward, to the side, and to the side, right?
Yeah.
So I like to use that a lot. So this is what I call this is the feint, fake, hit series. So this is important if you don't spar a lot. One of the things you have to do when you spar someone, especially when you have what they call a meta, that's a gaming term, but you have a meta, so you know he has a certain thing that he does, I have a certain thing that I do. I have to start capitalizing on the things that he does. I'm fighting this person, and I feint to see what he'll do if I go down low, right? So it gave me that reaction. So now I know he's going to give me that reaction. So what I do is I get way far out where I can't hit him and he can't hit me, and I go, and I swing real hard. I want to make that whistle sound so he gets afraid, right? Even in sparring, I'm not going to hit somebody that hard in sparring, but I want to create that fear in him, right? So now we continue to go on. Maybe we're doing whatever we're doing in the sparring. And now when I feint, I'm not just going to feint like a head fake. I'm actually going to drop down. And at this point, he's like, this guy keeps going down. I'm going to hit him in the head, right? So at that point, I go down, and as he comes up, I step off to the side, almost in that same way that I did before, and I get an upward strike. So one more time. So I go feint, boom, put that fear in him, move it around. I go 1, 2, and hit his hand. And usually from there, I'm going to grab his hand and run.
Okay.
And of course,
Wow.
Stick, not a sword.
No. That was awesome, because I tell you, I wanted, just from doing that, I think a great point you made there is that, when you're going for leg, and if you put your head in there, if you don't directly just go straight down, what you did nicely and expressed, man, you're putting your head in jeopardy. That's, yeah. I thought that was well done. Wow. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on. All right, you may exit now. That was fantastic. I want to, we went over an hour, but no worries there. I mean, so basically, I'll be looking for that next time we spar, Scott.
I gave him my best.
So you're gonna have to change it up a bit if you go back to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Great demo, guys. Brian, thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Mike, no worries that you're late. So due to my power issue, what I'm going to do is I'll essentially have a part 1 and part 2. So what I do is when I transfer it to YouTube, I'll definitely, put them on your wall, what have you.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So you'll have each one. I'm just upset that my power issue there, but we didn't lose. I tell you what, though, we didn't lose any traffic, which is a good thing.
Great.
So yeah. So, but then I thought those demos were great. I thought what your presentation on Burton's programs, and all that, I thought that was well done. Kudos to you. Like again, when you were talking about his 3 aspects of methodology, there's no way I would have pulled that. Yeah, we don't drill. We go in there. That would have been my version. Nowhere is as well done as you. Manny, excellent, Sean. Yes, it was. Andres, thank you. And thank you for watching. You have to watch the slipper move. Ignore Manny, all lies. James, great demo. Yeah, it was James. Thank you. And Manny with the laughing face. So there's obviously must be a slipper joke in there somewhere.
I'm not aware.
Yeah, they got me. Yeah, that makes 2 of us. But Sean, I want to thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time to doing this. I appreciate it. Thank you. The demos were excellent. Please thank your son for coming and helping out. That was very nice of him. And yeah, just before we go, just for people who might want to see more of your content and what have you, Your YouTube channel is what's your,
It's
your, your
JKD Unlimited Cincinnati. All spelled out.
JKD Unlimited Cincinnati.
That's correct.
Cincinnati, and okay. Your Facebook, I know you got obviously your own, but you got the Facebook page, same thing, Cincinnati, same thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's JKD. Actually, that one's JKD Cincinnati. But the title of it is JKD Unlimited Cincinnati. And then on Instagram, we are also JKDU Cincinnati. And then on Twitter, it's just Sean, SEANP, Sutton.
All right, so you got Instagram and Twitter. Okay.
I barely post on Twitter, but you can find me on there.
Okay, so Facebook page. Okay. So, all right, definitely make mention of those and all that. Definitely on the YouTube where people can actually, kind of see you in action. But what I'll do, I'll put the link there as well for the YouTube. Yeah. But all right, yeah. So usually in the same night, I'm usually pretty good at, getting these the same night, and all that, just so there's no delay and what have you and all that. But fantastic. Burton should be proud. He will be proud. All that. I thought you presented well, and those demos were great. So, well, hey, the best of luck to you. It looks like, hopefully, now that your governor was proactive, hopefully you guys hit the next phase of the opening soon, and you guys can, continue on. So I hope that opens fairly quickly for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, brother. I thank you so much.
All right. Yep.
Okay. Take care. All right. Okay. All right. For next. Okay. This coming Thursday. Yes, part 3 of Maestro Japano. I keep saying we'll get those questions, and then Maestro starts talking, and it just takes a life on its own. I can listen to that guy talk all the time, or all day, I should say. He's just so informative, his history and etc. So that's going to be this Thursday at 7. Actually, no, sorry. We're going to do it 6:30 before he gets any internet issue. So 6:30, I'll put the flyer out there, but 6:30 this Thursday, which would be 6:30 a.m. Friday morning for those there. But that's going to be a good one. I just haven't been able to get to the questions yet from viewers because with the bladed hand and his history, and then what he was talking about as far as the Spanish influence and Mindanao, I mean, it was just incredible stuff. If you haven't seen those 2 episodes yet, unfortunately, there's some rocky because of his internet connection. But those 2 episodes, as far as history goes, highly recommend watching those. Just phenomenal what he shares and talks about and all that. And then, so that's this Thursday. And then the following week, I'm going to try to Carlos Castro and Steve Grody, Empty Hand, will be the focus that week. So I'll have more information as we get closer. But anytime, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe. FMA discussion on YouTube. Take care.